Autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder that is probably many different things, but it's characterized by at least three things in every child. Those are, first, a deficit in communication skills. That doesn't necessarily mean that the children don't talk, but they don't use their language in a communicative way.
Jake had been developing not only normally, but he had been ahead in all of his milestones. He was talking, he was running, he was jumping, all these incredible things that all new parents go through, and suddenly it stalled, then it stopped, and then it went backwards. By the time he was diagnosed, he was back at like an 8-month-old baby level at 24 months old. No language, he had lost all language, would no longer pick up fork or spoon, wouldn't feed himself, wouldn't even pick up a sippy cup, just basically sat and just stared into space at me.
The second is a deficit in social skills or social relatedness, and that is really what every other child does naturally, which is to become engaged with their parent, with their siblings, with their peers. That's very difficult for children on the autism spectrum.
It didn't matter what was going on in the household with his parents or his brother or the dog, the family, nothing. He was like a zombie, and we were all furniture. Well, what happens is it's sort of like he lives in a box, so everything is right here for him. And anything that's outside of the box isn't happening for Jake. In a room, colors, people, noises, he stays right here.
And finally is the presence of either restricted interests, so a really over-focus on something, or repetitive behaviors. And the repetitive behaviors are things that most people think about with autism, like flapping the hands and spinning around, but can be really a lot of different things.
He fixates, he obsesses, he does what's called stimming. Like he'll pick up things like a bunch of things. It doesn't matter. It can be cards, it can be marbles, it can be rocks, it can be sand at the beach, but he gets it in front of his face and he loves to go like this and just watch it all trickle down.
Over the years, they've actually gone away from the old term of pervasive developmental disorder to an autism spectrum disorder. And they named it spectrum for a reason, because there's a huge range of behaviors and severity of deficits that go along with having a child who has a diagnosis of autism.